Welcome back, class. Pull up your history books. We're gonna learn more about the Cold War. As we all know, during the 1980s, thousands upon nukes were dropped on the world, and that was followed by a nuclear fallout. Humanity, scrambling to exist, created a portal to another world. And now we have the United States in the world of Equestria. Oh, you're not following? You haven't seen this HOI4 mod before? Well, allow me to introduce to you Escalation 84. I think I've already summarized the entire prologue, but USA is not the only nation that teleported here. There's also the Soviet Union and the European nations. I have no idea what happened to the rest of the world, but today in HOI4, we're playing the pony mod as the USA. Mostly to cleanse my sins from the Germany playthrough. I was treating that like an elaborate shitpost and not taking it that seriously, but then I've seen from the comments that the developers and the people in that community are sketchy, to say, so I won't elaborate more on that. But what I want to explain is, why is this pony so thick? Their head is bigger than their entire body. That can't be their actual sizes, let me actually see. No, this pony is just disfigured. I'm gonna use a terrible example, but it's like when in anime, when you watch a show, and all of a sudden you see a big-titted old woman with massive badonkers. How is that even physically possible? And how they're holding the guns, we will never get answers to. But just maybe, we might get other answers. Earth. Summer 1983. Who could have known that this beautiful summer would also be the last? After all the thousands of nuclear weapons demolished the entire world, the US Army High Command decided to take over the country and wage vengeance against the USSR. They suppressed the newly reconstructed US Congress and forced the president into hiding. After regrouping their armed forces, they slowly began to invade the neighboring country Canada. What did they do? Even with all the resources and manpower to wage a war against the USSR, it was not possible to invade nor attack, because of the lack of infrastructure for a naval landing. But you were somehow able to invade Australia and New Zealand. I guess the mutated animals in Australia and New Zealand wasn't enough. Ponies, on the other hand, they're gonna beat our asses, as you'll see soon. I saw some of these national spirits. Poorly trained infantry, unmotivated South American units, precarious conditions, radiation sickness, strangers from another world, Canadian resistance, the South American rebels, the widespread famine, and the human armies, which is actually a good modifier. We have around 40 years of technological advancement compared to the ponies. Let's put that to use. We are unspecified. What do you mean unspecified race? I feel like that should be known to the insides of our own government. But let's watch the focus tree. Maybe it might expand. We have to prepare summit at Cantelot. And after that is when I can pick what path to pick. The UN, contact Equestria, or manifest revenge. Like a rabid beast that has lost all reasoning. The only goal of the USA is to cross the ocean just to attack the Soviet Union in the Kingdom of Volenia. But first, we have to settle down. We can only train military police. We have no military factories, only temporary civilian factories. We could buy some land from our neighbors. Even a little island would be a big step for us. I feel bad for these ponies already. We came out of a portal, took their lands, exploited their resources, and with the resources we are taking, we are buying more lands from them so we can continue exploiting them. We don't start with political power, so I'm assuming we're gaining money here. Our pockets may be empty, but our heads, they are filled with genius ideas. With our recon of the area complete, a new problem has surfaced. This land is inhabited by other intelligent life forms. They're still gonna use this image, aren't they? This is how they should look. But the necks are too long on this image. Who knows? These could be magical giraffes. Anything is possible in the world of magic. The goat, Mr. Jetset, allowed us to continue inhabiting these lands, as long as we don't harm the people, or the ponies. And he gave us more money, political power, to buy more of his land. Why? I'm taking too much advantage of them. Oh, that's a really good improved life conditions focus, weekly stability. I don't have any consumer goods factor, and rationing, this is incredible. And should I construct? I'll construct too, why not? I need to use my political power somehow. I wanna rush my construction because I don't lose political power that way. And then we build another 3 civilian factories and get some steel. I hope this game will be wholesome but also ridiculous. I can just keep going down the path that gives me more civilian factories. And we remove our poverty that way too. Organization of the territories. Now I know this is a fantasy world. Poverty was fixed in a matter of 2 months. We can buy food from neighbors, which is another good weekly stability modifier. This is just rainbow and sunshine so far. And we can already begin our army too. Reorganized armed forces. We are really scared of ponies that have given us nothing but love. We must begin the reorganization of the US armed forces immediately. Maybe Bernie Sanders, the only useful one. Political power gain and construction speed. And get ourselves 1 research slot. Weren't we ahead by 40 years of technology? This looks like we're backwards. We have remobilized 4 divisions, motorized ones. Bernard W. Rogers and General Stormin Norman Schwarzkopf. What isn't more American than naming yourself Schwarzkopf? I mean, if they can name an American pizza after the Red Baron, why couldn't they have this guy here? Who's gonna stop him? Another research, 2 more research slots. The New Washington's University of Magic, the Department of Magical Research. Yesterday morning an ultimatum was presented to King Johann of Olenia. He is to abdicate the throne to Princess Velvet within 24 hours or face arrest. Was this perhaps the work of Mikhail Gorbachev? This army will be garbage at the moment. Deja vu. Some years ago, before we had arrived, there was a counter-coup from the discreet monarchy. The peoples of Aquila never forget, nor have they forgiven. And they have decided to take revenge and throw down the monarchy a second time. At least that's what we understood from their history. I'm actually impressed you understood anything at all. But we're gonna keep staying neutral because I want more political power gain and stability, so I can invest in my country even more. And thanks to that we got another bonus. 1 off-map civilian factory, infantry equipment, some orders, and stability. Just like in 39. Are you sure you wanna reference that? Because if I'm not mistaken, something happened after 1939. Down with the radiation. We can fix our manpower problem. This is bad actually. The free trade area of the America. Every single nation in the Americas are holding grudges against us. We have to do that though to continue down south. I should mobilize the National Guard too. I could get a good division template. Contact our kind. You say this is not the time to act like a gamer. It's time we discuss and rectify past mistakes. Mobilization of the National Guard. What could this template possibly be? An actually decent one. I don't want the anti-tanks, they are not needed. We were fighting ponies. Unless the ponies have thick skin. Oh, add modern society, we don't get the debuff anymore. The free trade area of the Americas. The Aquilian Republic won and then we have an option to war against the McNamara Morons. How did this suddenly go so schizo? I need less pony power than 1000? I wanna save and see what that decision does. Did Edward Mayer get replaced by a skinwalker? We were on the path toward greatness and stability, and all of a sudden this happens. First let's buy a new Hooflem. Great name. Jet Sets wins again in New Maryland. He's a good guy. I like him. Project 100,000 or more, derogatorily known as McNamara Morons, was originally a plan during the Vietnam War to lower the minimum IQ required to be drafted. Now I understand. I'm shrugging my head right now in real life so people know that I don't agree with them. Tisk tisk tisk. Yeah, what? Sorry, my Swedish came out. What is this modifier? Focus on building a new society. Remove mass consumerism, which gives me a minus 66% population factor and 40% consumer goods factor. Wonderful. Cat videos, you say? We have shown the ponies too much. Russell wondered what should be done. What path do I want to go today? If I go down the Harmony path, do I invade the rest of the world? We gain a war goal against the Aquilian Republic, and allows us to justify against nations that have not generated world attention. Democracy. This seems wholesome and suited for HOI4 too, at the same time. The Germany was just horrible all around, so let's be wholesome this time around, and go down the Harmony path. Let's unite ponies and griffins alike. But please, don't fuck the ponies. Or be careful when fucking the ponies. Hitler contracted syphilis from fucking one, and that's not very harmonious for the interstate workings of his body. The Griffins delegation sat on one side of the table, the ponies on the other. Both sides were silent, but the tension was palpable. How does the meeting go? Wonderfully. We want to live together, everyone. How lovely. Life is improving for so many families. It might not seem like it, but so far, us four-leggers appreciate you all finding your way here, and many talk about moving here. Edward pondered for a moment and smiled back. Thanks a lot, miss. I hope you'll get your place in the Air Force. Have a nice day. If my country is worth living in, it's worth fighting for, even for these creatures, so it seems then. He quietly said to himself, could these natives be considered American citizens? Of course, there were differences, but maybe we can return the favor. And then we do the summit at Canterlot. I also have some military factories here I need to do later on. The capital of Equestria is the perfect neutral location to hold the summit. It's located in a peaceful land and it's accessible ground for all the involved nations. I have an image in my head of the humans beating the opponents in the world and just sitting over a table, and it's wonderful. The United States of America was represented by Edward Mayer, unwilling leader of the junta. He wasn't at ease at all with the duty that fell on his shoulders, nor the terrible thing he was forced to do to safeguard America and its inhabitants. For a brief moment, however, he was convinced he was doing the right thing. He took a glance to his right. Yuri Andropov died shortly after the Summer War. In his place, the only candidate willing to take up the mantle and in relatively good health was Mikhail Gorbachev, present here as the General Secretary of the USSR and representative of its allies under its protection. Deeply affected by the war, he still dreams of a country where everyone was equal without having to resort to too much oppression. For now, however, this meeting was a chance to finish a deadly conflict. Moscow was no more, and many of the Union's sons lie dead somewhere in the field of Europe and Asia. Peace would be a good way of honoring the memories, he thought. And the United European Nations Councils debated for a while on who should go to Canterlot. When the motorcade came to a halt, an unknown face to many emerged from the car with a tricolour sash, red, white and science, the flag of a defunct country. Mr. Jacques Santerre would be the one to finish the war that destroyed the Duchy of Luxembourg, a symbol of an agonizing continent struggling to save itself. No one will ever know what was said behind these doors, but one thing is for sure. World War III, the Summer War, was finally over. Now that we have finally come to an agreement, I think we should make a Pizza Hut ad. I need to contact Equestria. For what? We can get along quite well, and once I do that, I can go calm after the tempest, popular support, we overthrow the generals, become a democracy, yada yada yada, and then we spread the democracy. Land of the free. Okay, why does this happen though? Is it just, yeehaw, America, fuck yeah! Let's spread democracy, the beacon of freedom of the world. God bless America. She stuck to her core beliefs, the Constitution. Manifest destiny, baby. But with some good human rights. Or rights. Normal rights. We're not all humans here. There's currently discrimination in school towards those who don't speak English. And then there's more harassment towards the non-human species. If I was a child, I would be so happy to see a magical living pony. These kids are so ungrateful. In a year I can start constructing more military factories, so until then we'll have to... I have put myself in a situation where I have to expand to continue constructing military factories, but I think it's the best plan. This was definitely intentional. The Soviets attract fascists like a moth to a flame. You need support from the rest of the world. I'm gonna mind my own business in these islands. We are ready to topple the power in place. These generals will tremble in the face of the free men and women of America. A proposition from New Maryland. No, my new jet set! No, jet set got kicked out of the continent. He gave up so much land to us for free. And did he copy our flag? I don't actually remember. But he's a good guy. He's a staunch constitutionalist. We like the Constitution. We're twins. I won't hide you. I won't hide to you that many are in our... Oh, what? Am I having a stroke? I won't hide you that our many in the government are seriously considering signing a defense treaty with your country, announced in a half-whisper the impeccable dressed unicorn in front of him. The glazing. There it was. New Maryland is a country full of potential. We can make them a puppet, we can create a faction and make them join it, or we can do a simple guarantee. I can handle that. Oh my god. Did I do that? That was all me. You've seen my famous diplomatic skills at work. A new president. Ronald Reagan, Jimmy Carter, or none. Ronald Reagan is gonna go apeshit and attack the Soviets for some reason, so I don't think I wanna add him as my president. Jimmy Carter has the better modifiers too. The America's Democratic Party. Democracy. For now, let's attack the Aquilan Republic. I'm about to get my mass consumerism and rampant pacifism gone so I can construct military factories much faster. And I have, how many civilian factories do I have right now? 52. I thought that said the Gripper Ronald Reagan and Tricky Dick Richard Nixon. We add a war economy immediately. We skip all the other steps so I don't have to waste political power switching my civilian economy. What do we think, guys? The Gripper or the Tricky Dick? But for now, I need the consumer goods factor, efficiency cap, so we can produce guns, then I'll switch them out. Now I can start constructing my military factories. The Changeling Queen has begun attacking Equestria, and the Soviet Union can do nothing. Operation Triumphant Freedom. Our plans have been carefully analyzed, and our proud army stands ready to liberate Aquila and its people. They only wait the green light. They only have one opening, they have no allies, so we'll have to attack them from this single pinpoint. At the moment I can only use my infantry divisions. This crossing might be a problem though. 95, 96. Before their entire army gets here. We have to do this, we don't have a navy. This is the only way we can get through. Don't go red on me now. That should spell the end for them. We really only needed one tile. They have more factories than us. Are they fighting anyone else? No. I can also funnily enough do a last stand option. This is not like any war we have fought. If we lose now, America, our civilization, all of it will cease to exist as we know it. They have a scary amount of divisions. I'll do some microing. I don't have the supplies nor the tanks. What is this hellhole we're in? I will just defend for now and let them attack me while I get up my supply. I've just started producing my planes and my mechanized. I just wanted to be at war. I want to have something to do. Pull back, pull back. I could do it the hard way and just micro, but I want a battle plan. Let's see how many losses we've cost so far. An equal amount. That must have been from the rush back. Is this AI stupid? If I get a single tank division out, I could completely demolish them. This is their Achilles heel. This corner here. No supply. They're just ramming their heads into me like a bunch of bulls. Are you bulls? No, you're griffins. I like that there's some manner of difficulty. It's not really hard at all, but if you attack early on, it could be difficult. I should be getting the aerial superiority soon. Oh my, I'm really tempted to attack them once and see if it works with my infantry. That corner is a safety hazard. Yeah, this is what I could have been doing this entire time, but I want to go and battle plan my way through because it's more fun. Or let's lure them back into that corner and give them another 100 losses. They don't want to go in the corner anymore. They're afraid. I'm gonna go for the other corner now. Corner is mine. we got the other corner. I just want to make sure I have the last focus ready because then I can start justifying. Oh, they're back in the corner. They're back in the corner. You know what that means. The AI still haven't realized that the corner is a big weakness. How much do they have left now? They still have 500,000. That's a million losses. We can battle plan. I'm almost done with the focus too. So great timing. Land of the free. Now I can justify on nations that have not generated world tension. The American and Aquila meeting. Both have decided that cooperation will be beneficial for both countries. About that. Someone's not keeping up. Let's annex everything. And get their navy too. Let's establish the UN. And then attack the Soviet Union as our end goal. Equestria is actually losing due to Stalingrad. This has to be the work of the Soviet Union. Oh, 3 years out of time technology. Another 3 years out of time? Changelings prevail in Equestria. The Soviet Union can't do anything. I'll end your suffering, don't worry. The United Nations, and let's attack the House of Erie. I'm gonna go for the Griffonian Empire now. I'm ready. I have the biggest border with them. And militarize the United Nations. Humanity at peace. And I can create my faction. Might be time to switch out Richard Nixon. So we can justify much faster. Minus 25% justification time. And more military construction speed. For now, we attack. Seems that we have a similar amount of divisions. Only green. And then we have our tanks that are speedrunning the countryside. I give up, I'm not even gonna try anymore. Maybe get here. I got outplayed! They've concentrated all their forces here. While I'm doing the same. They already got encircled. And lost all of their tanks. That was their entire last stand. 500,000 losses. We have finally signed the proper peace treaty. Negotiations to... Oh, they're gone. The two human nations. Stalingrad. You better hold on here. I'm gonna have to get my navy up so we can expand westwards. Next, we head for the south, towards Wingbirdie. I cannot free the Harmonic nations, so I'll leave them alone, but I can attack the River Federation. Or at least the Socialist Union of Evi. The Duchy of Toulouse does not want to join. Hey, come on, this is not that scary. I will give you democracy and freedom. And you don't want to join, and you didn't join this war at all. I picked the democratic path, so now I cannot justify on them. I guess I'll go for the Socialist Union. The Griffonian Republic with Mans Griffinheim. No, we bled for that. I dare you. You won't, because I'm much stronger. They actually did. Over one city, far away from their territory. The greed on these griffins. Well, that makes it easier for me, I don't have to justify on them. Hellquill is the last nation in this continent that I can justify on. Let's hope they aren't too strong over here. How many factories are we talking about? 350. And Stalingrad almost has 500, they're gonna win. I will also have to justify on their alliance. Let's attack the entire continent. But land first, so we have a foothold. Should be simple enough. Not like to have much to defend anyways. We just need one port. One port and that's it.
What do you want, sir?
Now we expand. I'd really like to build one big front line, because this is going to keep messing everything up, fighting together with them. No, no! The Soviet Union, they're gone. I just lost my final goal for today. I guess we'll liberate the entire continent and put them back as a puppet, just to laugh at them. Stalingrad is lost. I'm occupying... Oh yeah, I got the Soviet Union. Hell yeah. Now I don't need anything more. The Dread League just declared on the entire world. When did My Little Pony become horror? I should attack more in the north. That's their cord land. How are we handling the Dread League situation? You continue that. I'm too busy chasing that Soviet Union high. Can we re-establish the Soviet Union perhaps? As a puppet now that we are done completely.
風の声光の粒窓